The Super Yeti is the newest super troop in Clash of Clans, and today we're going to give you the best attack strategy from Town Hall 13 all the way up to Town Hall 17. Let's start at Town Hall 13, where we're going to do Royal Champion Charge into Mass Super Yetis, but no healers required for this one. 6 Super Yetis just have way too many hit points at Town Hall 13. So with this, you want to go after some anti-Super Yeti targets, whether it be the Town Hall if you can take it down, or some single Infernos or the Eagle, but you also want to set up good pathing for the second half of the attack. So I actually don't know what I'm going to go with here, and I'm going to prove to you that it doesn't really matter what you go after. Now, I'm not going to use an Invis spell until my Royal Champion's taking a lot of damage. Don't really want the single Inferno locking on, so that felt like an appropriate time. Because keep in mind, we've only got 5 Invis spells, and we do want to get a lot of value here, but also, your Royal Champion's kind of tanky at Town Hall 13. There's just not many, hit point defenses on the base that can really rid of her of her hit points super quickly. So we get doing this, last Invis spell, and look at that, we're going to get rid of 2 single Infernos. Even pull out a bit of the CC, that's not ideal. Because I don't really want to deal with that unless I have to. But this attack strategy isn't super slow, particularly because we have, only 5 Invis spells with the opener there. We really haven't wasted that much time. So it's not the end of the world. We'll use that like that. And as long as the Baby Dragon helps, we're fine. Now let's start the funnel on the top side. Siege Brax and Archer Queen. Then we're going to go Ice Golem. Yeti's just in a line. Then the regular Warden, then the King, then the Apprentice Warden. We're going to have this first wall break come in. This second wall break we want right there. That was perfect. And then I'm guessing you can see where the third wall break's going to come in. Beautiful, exactly where we want it. And look, all these Yetis are going into the base. And lovely. Now I'm going to use my King ability early on to open up the base. We'll recall the Royal Champion just before we're about to pop the Warden ability, because I want to get her in the healing tone, but I don't want her getting out in front of the Super Yetis. She has a tendency to do that, and when she does that, she's going to go down very quickly. And now you use the Rage with the Warden ability. We haven't really needed the Rage until now, and you're going to see there's just not much the base can do at this stage. Look at how many Super Yetis are up. We have the King that's made it all the way to the back end of the base. Royal Champion still has her Rocket Spear ability. Essentially, if she ever gets in trouble, like she's getting in front of your Super Yetis, just pop the ability, and then not only will she take down defenses, but the Super Yetis will get in front of her, and they'll start tanking instead. Look at how many Super Yetis are up. It's just ridiculous. You don't need healers with this at Town Hall 13. I think I've very easily shown here. There's just not enough damage at the Town Hall to ever get your attack in trouble. So why risk the healers? Because they can go down to air defenses. They can go down to traps. Super Yetis don't go down to anything. And then we move to Town Hall 14, where the Fireball is so nice because there's so many major targets on the base that you can remove easily. This time we're going to bring the healers. 4 Super Yetis, though, is enough, particularly once you set an excellent funnel with this opener. Pretty annoying base here, and I'm not even going to go for insane Warden value. If I wanted to Fireball, I'd definitely Fireball on top of the Eagle Artillery here. We would get really nice, a really nice funnel, as well as awesome, raw value in terms of we get 2 multi-infernos and all the ring of defenses around it. But I know a lot of you wouldn't go for that because it's slightly risky. So I'm just going to go for a much safer Fireball on the top side here. And here's the thing about this attack strategy. We don't need to get the Fireball down immediately, just whenever we want to. Warden's coming in on the top side. We've got 2 Invis spells, and if you're not going to use it to redirect your Fireball, you actually want to use it on this Warden charge here, because you'd much rather save the Rage spells for your Super Yetis, whereas the Super Yetis don't really need the Invis spells. The only troop that could really use it from here is either your Archer Queen or the Royal Champion. There you go, I got there in the end. Nice Fireball value. Now, let's start the attack. Beautiful, 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you, Archer Queen. Archer Queen is so nice like that. Beautiful. Now we get our Coco Loons down. And as you can see, this is why I don't recommend healers unless you absolutely have to, because you can have wonky starts to attacks like this. This is why just spamming 7 Super Yetis in the line is always going to be super strong, right? Because you can't mess it up, whereas I can mess up this opener. Now, in saying that, I'm still going to get a 3-star here because this attack strategy is brutal. And we're still sitting on a whole lot of spells. Notice how patient I'm being. These Super Yetis aren't going down anytime soon, so don't treat them like they're about to go down. We freeze that. We've used 1 rage spell. Queen is... oh, she's right there. Nice positioning for us. Now, I don't have a way to get the Super Yetis out of the core because the king went to the outside of the base, but that is completely fine because the queen's going to wrap around here. Now, I'm running the magic mirror and the healer puppet for a lot of these attacks. Action figure works as well. Giant arrow works. There's really all hero equipment on the Archqueen works. And on the Royal Champion, I am running the Electro Boots and the Rocket Spear, but you can also just run the default hero equipment. I mean, how much value did I need from the Royal Champion here, ladies and gentlemen? And this attack went badly, and I'm still going to swag 4 spells. I could have swagged my Royal Champion entirely, my Queen ability entirely. I'm telling you guys, this is ridiculous. And I think they're better than Titans at Town Hall 14. Titans at Town Hall 14 are ridiculous, potentially even better than the Super Witches, but maybe Super Yetis are better now because they are completely unkillable. At Town Hall 15, we're going to do Royal Champion Charge Super Yetis again, but this time we're bringing the healers. There is a bit more damage at Town Hall 15, and this army needs to reflect that. So same deal with the Royal Champion, get as much value as you can, as quickly as you can. Now, obviously the Diggy is not ideal. I am so used to charging with the Fox, but the Diggy does mean that we can take down more defenses on the outside of the base easily before we have to use the Royal Champion, before we have to use the Invis, sorry. But you do have to keep in mind you want to freeze for the Diggy as well, because if we can keep the Diggy alive through all of this, well, that will make a world of difference. But as you can see here, I am struggling with that. So, not an ideal start, but I don't really care because I'm going to show you guys there is no attack strategy that, there's no attack that you can't 3-star when you're coming in with Super Yetis. I am unfortunately going to use my 1 Headhunter there. That is fine. Alright, I'm still going to delay my Royal Champion a bit here. Good Cocoa Balloons go out in front and get some Seeking Air Mines. We have an annoying Furnace in the defensive CC. You just love to see that. And as you can see, we are taking a lot of damage here. So that means Warden ability. And that's fine. The Warden ability doesn't always have to get insane value. The Town Hall activates. That's fine. I don't know what my King's doing. And I'm going to pop that Royal Champion now. Gonna also pop the Barbarian King there. And the reason I popped the Royal Champion is she was taking a fair bit of damage there from defenses. So I want to use her to get not only the extra healing she gets from popping that ability, because she does get a little bit of hero heal like every hero does, but it just means she can do so much damage and focus fire on the defenses that are targeting her. We got the Skeleton spell on the back end of the base to tank everything you want. That's mainly to deal with monoliths and single infernos, but you can use it to deal with scatter shots as well. By the way, you can see why I love the healer puppet on the Archqueen. Just keeps her alive for so long. We set a beautiful funnel because of it. Was this an overkill? No, but did we get much Royal Champion value? Also, no. It's not needed at all. Tell you what, guys, I'm doing all these on the first attempt. Super Yetis are insane. It just takes a little bit of practice to master them. At Town Hall 16, the attack strategy is fairly similar, but we do get a lot of improvements thanks to the Fox, and we're going to maximize on them. Thanks to the Fox, we're basically able to double the value that our Royal Champion charge is going to get. So we're going to get rid of the Eagle here, and probably a little bit more. Now, if the timings for the for the Fox are difficult for you, just remember, as long as the Royal Champion's the first troop you deploy, the timings in terms of the battle ends number you see at the top, they're always going to be the exact same for the Fox, so you can do it just based on that. I actually have no idea where my Royal Champion is going next. Yeah, I would not have predicted that in 100 years. Now, I'm just going to be super passive here because I've already gotten some really nice value, and I kind of want to keep my fox alive. If we keep that fox alive, we will earn the value back in spades. Oh, that's annoying. I really don't want the start of my entry delayed, but not much I can do here. And we're just going to delay the healers a little bit here, just to make sure that air defense goes down. It's not like our Super Yetis are going to die in the first 15 seconds anyway. Wall break for the queen on the top side. Rage through all of this. We'll go a nice skeleton spell on the top side. Turns out everything's up there. We want to get through the town hall. We pop that warden ability. Beautiful. Look at that. Just completely negating that town hall. And now the royal champion's on the top side of the base. And you can see how nice it is when the fox lives. However, you can also see the weakness of if you pop that ability too late, we do not get any value out of the rocket spear at all. Now, does it matter? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. This attack strategy is ridiculous. It is so strong. You can see we've used this attack strategy quite a few times in this video. I promise we're using a different attack for Town Hall 17. We've got a nice fun one for you on that one. But yeah, just ridiculous. Just ridiculous. Super Yetis are awesome. Fun little troop in the game. I wish the Electromite was more fun. It was like more satisfying. Even if there was like less of them, but they just like infinite chained, no, that would be broken. But you get my point. Regardless, super easy to 3-star, and more importantly, we 3-star with 40 seconds left. Only one Super Yeti in this army, but it is in the blimp. This attack strategy is so much fun. Is it better than the quad clone Yeti blimp, where you just clone Yetis? Probably not, but is it infinitely more satisfying? Hell yeah. Only a few considerations with this. 1, where do we want to come in with our blimp? 2, where do we want to use our giant arrow? And 3, think about your Eternal Tome. Now, currently in the game, the Eternal Tome is not nerfed, but at the start of June, it will be nerfed in the sense that you cannot blimp across the whole base. As soon as a troop is outside your Eternal Tome for 1 second, it is no longer invincible. So, I'm going to show you here that this attack strategy is still usable though. So we'll start a baby drag there and a baby drag there. We're just going to have to delay our warden ability like a fraction of like a second or two. But that is completely fine. So, coming in with the dragons on the bottom side. Dragons are pathing like Muppets. Even worse, the warden's not even following half of them. I love the warden. Excuse me, dragons? So look at this. 1 second and I'm going to pop the blimp. And I don't even clone a Super Yeti. I clone a bunch of Electromites and look at the value they get. Electromites are insane, ladies and gentlemen. Electromites are genuinely insane. We got the Headhunter on the bottom side there. Unfortunately, the Furnace is the most broken defensive CC in the history of defensive CCs. That's disgusting. But I should have the Phoenix on the Minion Prince, which is beautiful. Let's already start our cleanup. I don't know how that Archer Queen's alive. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. 3 stars, proving that this would still work after an Eternal Tome nerf. Is it as strong? Absolutely not. The Eternal Tome is getting a nerf, but it also was not only the strongest hero equipment in the game, but so easily the strongest hero equipment in the game that in a game where everything is so divisive, I guarantee you everyone would agree, strongest hero equipment in the game, the Eternal Tome. Go on. Go down in the comments below and tell me I'm wrong that the Eternal Tome isn't the strongest. And I'm going to tell you this, it's probably going to be the strongest even after this crazy nerf.